Hi everybody, it's Creative Weekly. This is Dave. This is Kevin Harrison Peeps. If you're from America, you'll be very excited to see that box. Kevin got them from America this week. Here's some kind of major seventh chord. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. Yes, it's Easter time. Kevin is holding a peep, and if we do a good take, he gets to eat it. This week is a big week. We're coming into Easter, obviously, as we're progressing through the year. Make sure you know what's going on. If I asked you what's going on at Easter in your campus, can you tell me? Hopefully, yes. If you don't know, find out. This is a great week, and we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about an actual Bible verse, which I seem to have lost on my computer here, but we do talk about spiritual things, but I actually just want to talk from the Bible today. So, here's the verse. Let me read it to you. Through the praise of children and infants, you have established a stronghold against your enemies. You might know this one from the King James, or let's say the New King James. Out of the mouth of babies and infants have you ordained strength because of your enemies, that you may still the enemy and the avenger. You have ordained praise. One of the versions talks about you've established strength. This verse is a classic children's ministry verse. One of those verses that everybody talks about, especially because it's one of the only ones that really mentions kids and specifically praise and worship. And this is very important because it establishes what our goal is for the weekend services. I've talked about getting kids to use their voice before, but this is the reason behind that. Sometimes the most powerful times in worship is when you don't sing as the leader and the adults, but just the kids sing with their voices. Sometimes your goal is to see if you can get every kid to sing at least one line of a song, right? Just to engage at one moment, because your goal is to get them to use their voices, to get them to say something. It can be as simple as getting them, even if it's not singing, even if it's them saying a sentence. I love that, but I love it when kids sing by themselves. If you grab a microphone and said, hey, let's say a phrase like, praise you today, God, or I praise you, Jesus, and look at the kids who haven't really engaged and get them just to say that sentence into the microphone. Just opening up. It's something spiritual, something powerful. Kevin?
This is my time. So another aspect of this verse is also that it says, praise of children's silences the enemy. And it's really important as a worship leader to really pick apart the moment and say, okay, praises silence the enemy. What is the enemy actually saying in this moment? And like taking the time over Hillsong Conference last year, Jared came up and was actually the MC that did it. And he just felt the Spirit move and he's like, God wants me to talk about bullying. And he just went for it. And the praise and worship after that was the most crazy thing that we'd ever seen. Because it was in that moment, that was what kids were dealing with, and it reached them, and then they were able to sing praise over it and say, this is not, like, I am worth something. This is more than just what people are treating me like.
Lovely. So there's a reason for this song, because they knew what they were trying to silence. So that's a really good point. I love it. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. I think it was a good take. You may eat the peep. Well done. We'll see you next week. Wonderful work.